Good morning. Let's sing all together this joy that I have. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, they didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, the world can't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away.
Buenos días. Bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome to All Souls, Indianapolis. Me llamo Nancy Olson. I'm the director of Congregational Life. And my microphone. Hello? Now it is. It was working earlier when I was somewhere else in the building. I understand. I am Nancy Olson. Me llamo Nancy Olson, Director of Congregational Life and Faith Formation here at All Souls, Indianapolis. Mis pronombres son she and ella. Y me da una gran alegría estar con ustedes esta mañana. Gives me such great joy to be with you all this morning, to have known Julica for a decade in our time here before. And a la derecha, a la derecha, Reverend Katie Romano Griffin, our senior minister, pronombres she, ella. Oh, this is a special welcome to those of you who are joining us online in the moment, and those of you who will be catching up with us later. If you are new here today, let me say that you have arrived on a very extraordinary day. And today, this congregation, this All Souls Indianapolis, is ordaining Julica Hermann de la Fuente. Into the Unitarian Universalist ministry. And as Unitarian Universalists, our relationship through the UUA's ministerial fellowship is a pathway to ministry. This ministry happens in partnership with lay and professional leaders, seminaries, and other relevant structures and communities. It is a path that is rigorous and takes time. A wee bit? Un poco? Un poquito más. It requires years of study, many evaluations, internal work, financial resources, and an interview with the ministerial MFC, and so much more.
Thank you, Nancy. And the privilege of ordination rests not with our association, it rests with the congregation. The Cambridge Platform, which was published in
1648.
Booyah! is a foundational document that outlines our polity structure or our way of doing work. Clearly, it leaves this special power to the people. And so today, this congregation, so deeply connected in the shared ministry with Julica, calls her out from the laity and will charge Julica with the mantle of professional ministry. Gathered here and online, family, friends, All Souls members, attendees, religious professionals, people literally from all over the world are gathered to witness and bless this moment. Welcome, beloveds, to each and every one of you. Thank you to the many volunteers and guests, familia, who have decorated, set the tables, created the food, washed the dishes, wiped the tables, sung or played the notes, managed the AV, ushered and greeted, and so much more. You make church work. You make church happen. You are Unitarian Universalism. Gracias. This space, this moment, and all that unfolds in the spaces between us belongs to this powerful collective and that greater love. La diosa, la sagrada, a great love that holds us all. Gracias por acompañarnos en persona, en línea, para esta ocasión especial donde bendecimos el ministerio de Julica y formalmente la ordenamos en esta tarea sagrada. Este ritual poderoso es antiguo y requiere la bendición de la colectividad. It requires all of us to do this ritual. And so, vamos!
Espíritu de amor, corazón de tierra y agua, verde luz de vida y oscuridad sagrada, vientos de cambio, aliento de la diosa de todos los tiempos. We invoke our ancestors and most especially Elandria, Hope, Iker, Victorio, Carmela y María Esther. Todos esos seres de luz que iluminaron tu camino. Les honramos, les agradecemos y les decimos presente, presente, presente. Ancestros, ancestras, ancestres que te cantan. Cúrate, mijita, del dolor con nuestra luz del sol y los rayos de la luna. Cúrate, mijita, con el sonido del río, la cascada y la espuma. Cúrate, mi niña, con las hojas de la menta y la hierba buena. Comienza la mañana con aroma de lavanda, romero, eucaliptus y que venga la calma. Cúrate, mijita, con amor del más bonito, que se vuelvan polvo, que se vuelvan polvo todos los dolores, que los queme el fuego y vengan nuevas flores. Cúrate, mi niña, con amor del más bonito, haga caso a su intuición. Y recuerda siempre que tú eres la medicina. Eres árbol, raíz, flor, agave, copal, cempasúchil, semilla de amor. Eres agua, eres playa, eres pan, eres paz, eres primavera y un montón de cosas santas. La diosa está en ti, tú eres parte de la diosa. Gaia en ti, tú en Gaia. Bendita la diosa que conspiró para reunirnos. Bendito el lugar y el motivo de estar aquí. Nuestra amada Julica. We gather in gratitude. We gather in love. We gather in joy. Hemos llegado a esta hora sagrada y venimos a ofrecer nuestros corazones amorosos. A darle gracias a la vida que nos ha dado tanto. Hemos cruzado tantísimas fronteras. We have arrived here, transgressing and crossing so many borders. And we have arrived here at the sacred place and time, after crossing, transgressing, to give thanks for life. Nos reunimos en el nombre del amor, and we gather in the name of love. Extendemos nuestras manos, que muestran también las líneas de tantas otras vidas, los surcos del trabajo que ofrecen un abrazo tierno, que empuñan resistencia. We extend our hands, the lines which show so many other lives within our own, hands that bless, hands that heal, hands that weave magic, hands that reach out beyond time and space, hands that have offered tender embraces, hands that have been raised in resistance. Te ofrecemos nuestras manos repletas de flores, de alegría y bendiciones para ti, Julica amada. Toda la luz bendita, toda la magia, todo el amor del más bonito y toda la fuerza siempre. Amén. Y que así sea.
The ritual of lighting our chalice reminds us to continually renew our promise to live into our covenant, to put love into action, and to live out the community of love and justice we aim to be. Please rise in body or spirit as we share the words printed in our order of service in Spanish and English. If you are with us online, please let us know in the chat where you are lighting your chalice from. These chalice lighting words have been adapted from works of James Villa Blake and translated by Reverend Dr. Tania Marquez. We will begin the words in Spanish and then read them in English. El amor es el espíritu de esta iglesia y el suyo es su ley. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad en el amor y ayudarnos unos a otros. Este es nuestro pacto. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. To dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant. Thank you. You may be seated.
Before I share the meditations in my heart, I love to see who is in the room with me and beyond. I believe in continuity, the what is constant of who we are. A covenant can be a vehicle for continuity, but that's not what I'm here to share with you. In a religion from whom revelation is never sealed, I can imagine that maintaining a thread or threads of consistency that allow us to recognize who we are at any given moment, even as we change, is quite the feat of, shall I say, magic. And when I say we, I mean both Unitarian Universalism and the Latinidad arc within it. In the fantastic fabric that is our religion, we have sometimes lost threads along the way, rendered them invisible, or allowed them to fray, untangle, break off, leaving our collective voice to trail off, fading. Until a new thing, thought, or tradition arises, and off we go to the races, exploring said new thing, thought, and tradition. And all of that can be heart-opening or heart-contracting. And when we are lucky, in our heart-expanding season of good word, our good word ripples out to the margins and enfolds the heart of a beloved one, someone like Julica. Another reason the idea of continuity holds my attention has to do with how events happen over time. In a couple of weeks, on May 18, I get to celebrate 22 years in the Unitarian Universalist ministry. I am not one of those threads that broke off along the way. I am still here, quite frankly, against the odds. And so, it gives me profound happiness to share the following words. 22 years ago, as one of a handful of Latin ministers, I could not imagine back then that 2 decades later, I would be preaching the ordination sermon for another Latin minister in a church led by yet another Latin minister. Thank you, Reverend Katie, and All Souls Indy. Within the administration of an Afro-Latin president, the Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, and here among us is Reverend Linda Susan Ulrich, singer and poet extraordinaire. And on video, we saw the Reverend Dr. Maria Cristina. You will hear later the gorgeous voice of Francisco Ruiz. All of us together representing Puerto Rico, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Panama, Cuba, Ecuador, Spain. I also want to name and bring into this space 2 ancestors who were in my ordination, the Reverends Patricia Jimenez and Jose Ballester. And lastly, for me, the religious ancestor that started this arc, this Latinidad arc, the Spaniard Miguel Cerveto, known in our UU history as Michael Servetus. Can I get an amen to all of that? Amen. And as the author Clarissa Pincola Estes likes to add, and a little woman. I could not imagine speaking to you in this moment and not lifting up all of these powerful and loving humans who in their being helped to create this particular Afro-Latin thread in the remarkable tapestry that is our religious faith. And it gives me hope to know that they are not the only ones among us. It has not been an easy or simple feat, asking us of great courage and clarity about our calls to this ministry. And I needed to name it out loud, casting the desire to the universe for our lineage to be unbroken, in the hopes that our bright, beautiful threads continue to grace what we are all weaving together. And it is true that those of us who have created this arc of Latinidad within Unitarian Universalism have been making the way, laying the stones to step on, if you will, for Julica to join us. And for the past 10 years or so, Julica has been weaving in her magical thread in small and very large ways, bringing her gifts, her love, her laughter, her laser-like focus on the twin flames of joy and liberation. Continuity can happen when folks are seen and given access. In 2019, I preached the Sunday morning service at our General Assembly in Spokane, Washington. I invited Julica onto the big stage with me, and she did not bat a glittery eyelid. She brought her bag of creativity along and even made our otherwise boring script binders fancy. In that small, simple act, she made them unique and memorable. In the same way, someone you know, Christina Rivera, your soon-to-be sabbatical minister, asked a friend to make very special stoles for the participants to wear in the first bilingual GA service that occurred the year before that, in 2018, that included Latin youth and other Latin ministers. Because we are more than a handful now, in more ways than one. The arc of Latinidad. In that Spokane sermon, I spoke of something I learned from Julica. She told me that in Mexico City, the cathedral is built over an archaeological treasure trove once known as Tenochtitlan, the city of the Aztecs, known as the Templo Mayor. Underneath this centuries-old structure of power, rediscovered only almost 50 years ago, lies 7 layers of pyramids. Though archaeologists found parts of it in the early 20th century, true excavation only began in 1978 when a large disc bearing an image of the goddess of the moon, Coyolxauhqui, was discovered. I bring this story forth as a way to bring into this sanctuary and sacred tradition of ordination that we will engage in soon to say, Julica is here among us and brings her culture with her, her love of the goddess, not just of the moon, but of the great mother of all, Gaia, the earth itself. She brings the desire to co-create with a larger energy using divine feminine principles. All of it informs, uplifts, and grounds everything she does and brings to our small UU world and our planet. As a proud Puerto Rican, I understand this, and I understand the importance of naming this too out loud. Because when you can pass for white presenting, it is easy for others to forget or deny or stare at us in disbelief to discover that we very much have Latin hearts and souls. All of us in this UU Latinidad arc do not forget where we come from, nor where our calls beckon us to go. And most importantly, who we are accompanied by. I invite you now to rise as your body or spirit allows, to join together our voices in singing, "We Shall Be Known." The words are in your order of service.
Look, we have a visitor! Yes. So we are here for ordination. It's kind of like being a Jedi Knight.
Who's being ordained today? and Ordination. Who is being ordained today?
Our dear friend Julica is being ordained.
Oh, good morning, Julica. Does this mean Julica is strong with the Force?
Well, we don't have, as ministers, we don't have the force, but we have love. And Julica is particularly strong with joy and creativity.
Fantastic. It must have taken much training to become so strong with joy and creativity.
Oh, Julica did a lot of training. A lot of training. She studied very hard.
Excellent. And did she have a master like I trained with a Jedi Knight?
Oh, Julica did an internship, actually, with me and with our friend Melissa. So Julica, that was how we have internships. But Julica definitely learned how to be a minister through being connected on a large national scale.
Incredible. And must Julica face a Jedi trial to become a minister?
Oh, yes, she did. Julica did a lot of writing, and then got to go before the Ministerial Fellowship Committee, who saw her and said that she was fit to be a minister.
Intriguing. And now, this Ministerial Fellowship Committee, they will ordain Julica?
Oh, no, they don't do the ordaining. The community does the ordination. It is out of coming, we all come together in relationship to bless someone into the ministry. And so it is not a high power that comes down, but it is the power of all of us that comes to ordain someone.
Intriguing. I think I will stay and observe this ordination.
We would love to have you. Enjoy.
Hello? What a blessing we have today. We get to ordain. So, members of the congregation, please stand as you are able or willing. And, thank you. Oh, okay. All right. In the living tradition of Unitarian Universalism, the authority to confirm ordination lies wholly with each individual congregation. It is a profound and joyous occasion when a congregation joins together, as we have, to recognize one who has answered the call to ministry as her life's work. This act of ordination not only confers the authority of religious leadership, but also celebrates the relationship between Julica and this religious community, not her first church, but the church that she has served in various capacities throughout her formation journey. Julica, you have undergone the work of preparation for ministry and have been recognized by the Ministerial Fellowship Committee of our association as ready to serve. We have witnessed your commitment and gifts in this congregation, and we honor your calling to Unitarian Universalist ministry. In our eyes and hearts, Julica, you are a minister. Oh my gosh, yes. Now, in this sacred moment, and by the authority of this congregation, it is our privilege to ordain you. Are you ready to embark formally and fully upon the path of ministry?
I could not be more ready.
Okay. Please join with me, members, as we finalize the act of ordination here. Read the words in your order of service with me. We, the members of All Souls Indianapolis, joyfully and reverently ordain you, the Reverend Julica Hermann de la Fuente, to the Unitarian Universalist ministry. May you minister from your whole radiant self heart and mind, body and spirit, ancestry and imagination. May your creativity heal, your compassion connect, and your kindness guide. Speak the truth with courage and wisdom. Be tender in sorrow and bold in the face of injustice. Let your ministry be a garden for souls, rooted in community, nourished by love, and always growing. In struggle, may the earth hold you. In joy, may the creativity nourish your spirit and keep you going. Carry our living tradition with loyalty and hope. And above all, may your life and ministry be a blessing to all you serve and to the sacred unfolding of this world. We recognize you. We bless you. We are with you. Thank you. Yes. And now, friends, family, and colleagues, if you will join me in the following words, also in your order of service. With joy and pride, we affirm this ordination. Julica, we have watched you and encouraged you as you worked and prepared for this day. Remember, you are never alone. All you, teachers and ancestors, family, friends, and colleagues are with you and will always be with you. Continuing the work you have begun, we recognize you, we bless you, we are with you. Man. I'm so sorry. Okay.
It is with deep joy that I embrace the ministry to which you ordain me. I vow to serve with both reverence and joy, holding the deep responsibility and sacred opportunity of this ministry. With gratitude for those who have walked this path before me and alongside me, I promise to carry the meaning of this day in my heart. May my ministry be a source of love, a vessel for healing, a spark for liberation, and a force for transformation. With you, I begin this new chapter, grateful and grounded at the intersection of joy and liberation.
Julica, come along. The children and youth team, members of the children and youth team, and our children, and with some help from Vicki Brody, have created this stole for you. Can you guys open it? Can you open it? Yeah. Can you hand it to Lydia? Lydia will open it up. So, Julica, we made this stole in honor of your dedication, your commitment to the ministry, and we believe, we hope, that these hands will remind you of the hands that you hold, that you touch, as well as the hands that touch and hold you. And because our children helped make this, we know you will keep in mind the shepherding of them into the future. Bendenicios. Yes. Oh.
Thank you, everybody. I really
long, but I want to explain for those, just to give a little context about this offering that I'm about to make, the hand of kinship, into the fellowshipped and ordained Unitarian Universalist ministry. So it's important for you to know that I met Julica in 2016 when I moved into a leadership role with the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association. Julica was still in seminary, that was her last year, and part of my role that year was to create a brand new program, a ministerial formation network, and I ran a pilot program that year, and Julica participated. And as I look back, I discovered that she couldn't come to one of the things that we were leading because she was coming here to lead a Beloved Conversations retreat. So our interactions were limited during that year, but at the end of the year, Julica asked to have a meeting with me to make a pitch. She told me about her long anti-racism and anti-oppression work and her deep coaching practice and the work she had done in seminary, the work she was doing with Beloved Congregations, and wanted to know if the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association would be interested in collaborating with her to promote her anti-racism, anti-oppression coaching services to ministers and other religious professionals. Yes, we would, in fact, love to do that. And thus began our journeying together over the last decade. And one more important note of context I want to offer is that that year in Unitarian Universalism was quite tumultuous, with many challenges and changes. And so it was just a couple of years before a very big conference we have called Ministry Days, which is right before the Unitarian Universalist Association's General Assembly, that we had to change everything. And I was working on doing that and had this new relationship with Julica, and I think I must have mentioned that I wanted to have small groups for the ministers to have a chance to talk to one another about all that had transpired and how we were doing in ourselves and where we were aiming ourselves forward. And Julica said, well, I can design some small groups. And so she did, and trained the facilitators, and even spoke to the assembled ministers that year as part of a worship service with many voices. I tell you this because I want you to know that Julica has been practicing her ministry in so many contexts, including among ministers, for a very, very long time. And our relationship together, now you can come up here, our relationship together has been a great joy and honor in my life, and I am so grateful to have this opportunity to welcome you formally into ordained and fellowshipped Unitarian Universalist ministry, recognizing that you move so incredibly powerfully between so many roles. You seek out mentoring, and you allow supervision, and you invite consultation, and you seek guides and mentors, and then you turn around and you offer the same. You are a guide and a mentor and a supervisor and a coach and a consultant, and you have an incredible ability to take off one hat and put on another and move where the Spirit calls you. It is a powerful gift, and I know that I speak for many of my colleagues who have experienced this gift, and many of you who have experienced it as well. And so, Julica, with great joy, and on behalf of so many who would love this honor, I formally extend to you the hand of kinship. Welcome into the ordained and fellowshipped Unitarian Universalist ministry. Because if you have worked with Julica in any capacity, there is a good chance that she will have invited you to try on a magic wand. Have any of you been invited to hold a magic wand and imagine what might be? It's one of her tools for imagination, one of her tools for calling forth the what is not yet. And it's a powerful tool. Way back when, Julica, in response to some invitation, told me I was her fairy godmother in ministry. But here's the thing. You have, I think, perhaps not been informed by others that you are their fairy godmother, but I know that you have brought that power and spirit to many people in many practices. And I also know that you like visuals, and so because you have been doing this for a long time, you've been practicing your ministry for a long time, that you are going to use your powers to call forth the next generation into this great vocation we share. And it is a blessing.
It is both a magic wand and a tiny little lightsaber. Appropriately enough. Sorry. So ordinations are a time when we Unitarian Universalists have a chance to reflect on continuity. For example, it'll be 9 years this Wednesday when Julica was at my ordination. So, who are the forebears we claim in this faith? What stories are we bringing forward? What brought this ordinand and, well, now minister, ooh, Reverend Julica? My face is gonna break from smiling so much, it's great. So what brought Julica and this congregation to this moment of claiming each other? And what will this newly minted minister come to mean to the future of our shared tradition? Too often, Latina people are treated like constant newcomers. But as Marta pointed out, our roots go back to our famous 16th century Unitarian ancestor, Miguel Soweto, aka Michael Servetus. We've been here even though we haven't always felt welcomed. We stay here because this faith is life-saving. We dedicate ourselves to this tradition as ministers because something beyond us calls us into deeper relationship and demands nothing less than collective liberation. I believe that one of the ways Julica will help shape Unitarian Universalism is her ability to dream big and then give dreams form. So today I'm asking you to join in helping make one particular dream come to fruition. Today's offering will seed a project that Marta has been fomenting for years, tentatively titled the Latinidad Arc in Unitarian Universalism. The idea is to bring together Latina UUs to tell our stories to each other, and to each other in a gathering, and then to the world in a book, in essays, or maybe poems, love letters, songs, who knows what forms it might take. But we'd capture our vital history, our dynamic present, and our imagined future from a diversity of perspectives and experiences within the UU Latine community. Though the project is still in its early stages, some early conversations with Skinner House Books have already happened. This is no time for invisibility. It is not a superpower in this context. Our stories need to be told. We need to know whose shoulders we stand upon as we look towards the next horizon and bring the next generations in. That's right. So I urge you to be as generous as you're able. Let's dream big and then make that dream real. And with your help, we can start today. The offering will now be gratefully received. Thank you so much.
¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Tanta sangre que se llevó el río. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. No será tan fácil, yo sé qué pasa. No será tan simple como pensaba, como abrir el pecho y sacar el alma, una cuchilla de amor, luna de los pobres siempre abierta. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón como un documento inalterable. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón y uniré las puntas de un mismo lazo y me iré tranquilo, me iré despacio y te daré todo y me darás algo que me alivie un poco más. Cuando no haya nadie cerca o lejos, yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Cuando los satélites no alcancen, yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Y hablo de países y de esperanzas, hablo por la vida, hablo por la nada, hablo de cambiar esta nuestra casa, de cambiarla por cambiar no más. ¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón.
You cannot just liberate yourself. You can only liberate all of us. Then find yourself within the space to claim your place. To fight only for yourself is the playbook each oppressor uses, and the opposite of what liberation means. When we learned that truth, the word collective was added, and we were strengthened because we knew. Ancestors were pulling us out of yesterday toward the tomorrow all descendants deserve, who have come and will continue to come and claim. The collective collects, leaving no one by the side of the road. That human bundle wrapped in rags may have been the very magic to free us, which the Samaritan knew all along. When I say, I love you, I am looking in the mirror through all of our eyes at our soulful aches, where the truth of why we came, to fight, to live, to love, to hold ourselves and all accountable, pushes out through rage and calm alike. Because it must, or else we die. But De La Fuente, she whose divine feminine resources spring her into action, often so excited with a fountain of ideas, takes what is perceived as negative, washes it clean, and turns it positive. With her open-hearted thoughts emerges a clarity absent just a moment before, creating un puente, a bridge to a new world possibility. It is spring, as her name tells us, as it also tells us nothing is handed on a platter, silver or otherwise. We must all labor together to give birth to our collective freedom. We must reach beyond our personal and political borders to understand that self-love is not selfishness. De La Fuente rains on us the knowledge that when we each present who we truly are in heart and soul, without fear or favor, then we can trust and build authentic liberation, letting love have its way. Knowing that the strongest thread is not the thickest, but the most vulnerable.
Ay, mi corazón. Ay, no, amigo. I have some words for you. The first time we met was at Meadville Lombard Theological School. You may not remember, but you were a panelist, a student panelist, and it was my first weekend, and I was trying to figure out if there was any room in this faith for someone like me. And there you were. And you captured my thread, and you wove me into this arc. And throughout the years, you have found this way to Unitarian Universalism. You've found others and woven them in. They have stayed because of you and your magic and your ministry. You have coached people throughout our system, leaders, educators, professional, the laity. You have saved ministries and helped release them in healthy, in full ways. You have solidified calls to ministry, all while struggling or rather battling. Quizás luchaste con la diosa over your call, un poquito. You have left the path of ordination and returned, sometimes kicking and screaming, as la diosa y las personas acá y online have brought you back. Sí. No puedes escapar, la diosa. No, no. You cannot escape the call. Esta es la verdad de la milanesa, which in castellano argentino means it is the goddess honest truth that you are meant to do this work in this moment. Y tampoco del proceso de formación que recién ha empezado. The process of formation has really just begun. Today, you have said the final sí to being una reverenda. Oh, to be a co-creator con la diosa in a new way. In a new way. You've been called out of the laity. You hold on your shoulders the mantle of ministry laid by soft hands headed to Purdue on a scholarship. And blessed by hands of the littles who you too weave into this faith. This can be lonely work. It can be, but you are not alone. Mira, hermana, look who is with you on this journey. Puedes sentir el amor. Sí, sí. Notice who will continue to support you as you are reformed by your call each day. Call us when things get hard, maybe even before they do. Yeah. Explore what it means to be a learner who receives. Enter more spaces that you do not need to hold or shape. Listen more to your beloveds who make you sit and clear the calendar and rest and eat the meal and drink the water and craft because sparkles. Yeah. Nurture your inner life through your creativity and your spiritual practices, even if others don't come with you. It can be good to create beauty, even if it's only for you and la diosa. Presta atención a tu corazón y tu espíritu. Escucha a la diosa. Let your heart and the holy lead you. Lean on those who came before you, those beside you, and the flame within you as you move through life with joy, dancing with it. Permanece en la lucha por la justicia también. ¿Sí? Create beauty, create justice, and in the words of the Reverend Abi Janamanchi, who could not be here today, be held by a love that will not let you go or let you off the hook. A blessed, long, healthy, challenging, and transformative ministry. And in the spirit of continuity, mi gente, some palabras. I now charge you, beloved All Souls members, friends, and fans, your relationship this day to Julica changes. She has moved from being our multicultural ministry coach to being our affiliated community minister. Dale, dale. You will support her formational journey by providing a couple of volunteers who will serve on a committee that will journey with Julica until she is in full fellowship. And you will remain linked by this moment. Your threads are forever woven into the ark, stretching the congregation and the love that is the heart of this community. This love will go on to bless others through Julica's ministry. Are you ready now, beloveds gathered, to confer a blessing in our tradition? Yes. I love you.
We are now going to engage in the sacred act of the laying on of hands. And there is much in the history of the laying on of hands, but for this ritual, for this ceremony, we are building on the threads that Reverend Katie just mentioned. The laying on of hands is a reminder that ministry is not a solo act, but it is a connection of person to person, from the minister to the community, out into the world, out beyond these walls. We are all deeply connected by the people who are supporting us, and we are going to visually create that network of connection, that web of love. So I'm going to invite you to surround Julica in a web of love and care. Julica, come forward. Yes, maybe down there. I'm going to invite Julica's family, biological and chosen, to come surround her and put a hand on her. And I invite her family that is on Zoom to raise a hand towards the screen so that she can feel your presence, even though you are far away. I invite the religious professionals to come and put a hand either on Julica or someone who is touching her. I also invite the religious professionals who are on Zoom to also raise a hand forward. And now I invite the congregation to come forward and place a hand on someone who is connected to Julica, to stretch this web of connection out. And also those on Zoom, raise a hand, send your energy. Because we do not need to be physically touching to be connected. Julica, I invite you just to take a moment to just let this sink in. This time of connection and love and care. Please all join me in the spirit of prayer. Sweet Goddess, creative God, revered ancestors, joy everlasting. We call upon you to bless our dear Julica on this day of her ordination. Remind her of the power of her call. This call that has withstood challenge over time and yet still persevered. May she know that when times are difficult, she has within her the power and the strength to persevere. And remind her that she is not alone, that there are so many people, those present in this room, those online, those who are in places who could not even be able to participate in this moment. So many people who hold her, who have her back, who lift her upon their shoulders. Ministry is not for the faint of heart. And yet, together, we can do the work that needs to be done. This is not really a beginning, but a continuance of ministry that has been present for years. This is an affirmation, a blessing, of a call that has blossomed. And as we sit in the spirit of all that is holy, may this ministry continue to blossom. Let the petals continue to unfurl. May all the colors of the world surround Julica, the beauty, the sparkle. So that goes out and transform and care and love. And may all that we experience in this space, this joy and celebration, go with us when we leave and carry out into the world, a world that needs so much of this joy and love right now. In this name of all that is love and holy and joyful, we pray. Amen. Blessed be. You may all return to your seats.
But wait, there's more. I'm still here. I couldn't resist. I often say that the act of ordination can feel kind of weird. I mean, Julica entered the sanctuary this day. Love, kudos, blessings with a physical touch or witness. A title is bestowed, and she floats out, transformed, unable to know just yet in what ways. From here on out, she cannot forget that she represents our beloved Unitarian Universalist faith tradition. And though today she awoke as our dear Julica, daughter, granddaughter, mother, wife, relation, congregant, leader, magical artist, and teacher, when she lays her head on her pillow tonight, she will now add the Reverend. And perhaps dream deeper, holding La Diosa instead of running from her. And probably And probably what seems like forever ago, Julica finally opened the scary door leading to an ordained ministry after bolting it closed 3 distinct times. How proud we are, Julica, that you eventually trusted the message you were getting and trusted too that you would not be making this journey alone now or ever. All of us in this room and beyond are here for you, wherever here is. We are part of your collective, trailing behind, accompanying beside you, and if you allow it, helping to lead you toward your much greater goal, that of collective liberation for all, a massive invitation to the greatest of thresholds. As you yourself have said, we find a way forward when we lean in together and trust in something larger. Call it La Diosa, the goddess, spirit, the divine, as we know the great mystery has many names and none at all, and is the something larger always at the ready for us. As your ordination preacher, it's not ever happened to me before in my role at the Unitarian Universalist Association to actually have been in the room when the candidate was interviewed by the Ministerial Fellowship Committee. I don't get a vote, I'm just there to witness. Although All Souls Indy has ordained you a high honor for any congregation, a feather in your cap. As Reverend Katie stated at the beginning of today's service, it is the MFC's recognition of you as a minister among us that grants you now the credential of being a Fellowship UU minister and the freedom to lead any of our congregations if you choose to, and much more. Herewith, I always wanted to include that in a sermon. Herewith is a small slice of continuity from that day to this one. In your MFC homily, jumping off of Susan Beaumont's book, How to Lead When You Don't Know Where You Are Going, Leading in a Liminal Season, you spoke these words, and I quote, "Discernment invites us into a process of trust and surrender. Then we can begin to find the next right thing to do, based on who we've been and our commitment to who we are becoming, based on our values, based on our understanding that we are, in the words of Adrienne Marie Brown, in a battle of imagination. We are fighting to claim what is possible. We are co-creating the future for the children of our children," end quote. This act of co-creation is the invitational ministry that Reverend Julica prays with as much patience as she can muster, that we will all step into together. Because when the world is on fire, regardless of how it started, we have a responsibility to extinguish every last ember. And then, after careful discernment, imagine, dream even. Then make manifest a world where everyone abounds and knows that they belong. We've had a lot of words. Will you join me in this moment in just taking a deep breath together to generate our life force into this vision? Thank you. In her book, Imagination, a Manifesto, author Ruha Benjamin approaches her work for a more just world, alternating between the imagination and imaginaries, conceptual kin, related but not identical. I think it's fair to say we all know what imagination is or can be. I'll let your imaginations run wild on that. But an imaginary refers to collective projections, collective projections of a desirable and feasible future. Benjamin calls on imaginaries to cast a critical eye on those imposing and dominant imaginations that present themselves as appealing and universal. Consider that isms like racism, sexism, classism, to name just 3, create hierarchies, exploitation, and violence seem natural and inevitable, but all emerged from the human imagination. Meanwhile, our kind of imaginings of a world where we can all thrive can lead to John Lewis's version of troublemaking. So is it any wonder, she asks, that those in power want to squelch us at every turn? Even as the very idea of what is imagination has been colonized. Being imaginaries asks us to, as Toni Morrison has said, dream a little before you think. And I don't just mean outside of the box. I mean, let's start by getting rid of the box. That's right. I speak those words and long to go outside, if it wasn't raining, lay on the grass, look up at the sky, where even that is not the limit. How might the air coming into my lungs feel differently if I knew that all beings on the gorgeous planet were free, were beheld and held in their fullness, were welcome to add their piece of the puzzle to solve whatever challenges emerge, whose love was just as needed as my own. We must dig deeper within ourselves, like those 7 pyramids, past the voices, imagined and real, whose sole job is to stop what is inevitable, as corny as it sounds. Really, love really is all there is. Love really is all there is. It tells us all the time what the next right thing is to do. It calls to us and looks like the generations we cannot imagine yet, but for whom we each offer our ministries. Love reminds us that with each simple act we practice, like binding a notebook or having stoles made that matter, these also build a collective liberation that allows each to manifest as desired. Love builds in the relational trust that holds us together, and that in the end also reminds us that through the heartache of what seems impossible to create, there must be joy. The joy of being and feeling alive, of caring beyond our little world that can sometimes overpower us, never mind the larger world. Joy is the grounding force that tells us we can do the thing, whatever the thing is. Joy tells us to dance out our grief, shake it out through our hips and arms, and keep our muscles ready to hold what may come, tenderly and fiercely. Today, Julica is inviting us not just to witness her ordination, but to join her in esta lucha, in this struggle for all of our lives, whether we live to see it or not. She is inviting each of us to be imaginaries and together work for an all-encompassing justice, knowing that no one is free if we are not all free. If there is anything we are going to obey in advance, obey that. The best ordination gift for her is to join Julica in believing what writer Arundhati Roy has written. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, if I listen very carefully, I can hear her breathing. Que así sea. Amén, Ashe, and blessed be.
Hello.
Cantamos.
Let's sing together the hymn, I don't know the number, 1018? 1018. Yes.
1018 and the teal hymnal.
And also in the order of service.
Yes. The words are in the order of service.
Come and go with me to the land. Come and go with me to the land. Come and go with me to the land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to the land. Come and go with me to the land. Come and go with me to the land. There will be dancing. There will be dancing in that land. There will be dancing in that land. There will be dancing in that land. Where I'm at. There will be dancing in that land. There will be dancing in that land. There will be dancing in that land.
We're going. We're going to that land. Yes. They would take away our magic. They would take away our joy. Are we gonna let them? No. No. I got a wand today, but I want you all to imagine that you have a magic wand in your pocket, in your heart. All the time, we can be imaginaries. And we need to do it together. Queridísima Diosa, beloved Goddess, bless these people. Bless them. Let them feel your love. Let them know that they sit in your lap. Be with them, queridísima Diosa. Acompáñalos. Acompáñanos a todos. We need you. Stay with us. Help us carry this energy into the work that is ours to do. Because fascism ain't gonna fight itself. We have work to do. So we're gonna start by singing about it. We're gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Sigamos adelante. Siempre adelante. Siempre adelante. Sin volver atrás. Sin volver atrás. Keep on loving boldly. Gotta keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Amaremos con pasión, con pasión. Siempre con pasión. Siempre con pasión.
Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna reach across the border. Reach across the border. Reach across the border. Never turning back. Never turning back. Vivamos sin fronteras. Sin fronteras. get our coffee and something to eat.